What a rainy, cold day it is today.
How can you better understand genetics in cold weather? Put your coat on.
Oh, that was a good one. What better to do on a rainy day than talk about genetics?
Welcome back to MCB 150. Today we are here with...
Hello guys, I'm Megan.
Layla.
Chloe.
Eileen.
Today we're going to be talking about mutations in cancer. Let's get started. There are many types of mutations, some with more severe effects than others. The first three, silent mutations, missense mutations, and nonsense mutations, are called single base substitutions, where only one base pair is affected by the mutation. Silent mutations are mutations that do not change the amino acid sequence of a polypeptide. They usually occur in the third base of many codons, and the amino acid coded will not change. Missense mutations are a base substitution that alters one amino acid in a polypeptide sequence. Sometimes this will not alter protein structure because there is just one small change in the sequence. This is also an example of a point mutation, which is when the mutation only affects a single base pair within the DNA. Nonsense mutations involve a change from a normal codon to a stop codon. This causes the polypeptide to stop prematurely. It is much shorter and the protein cannot function correctly. The last type of mutation is a frameshift mutation, the addition of one or two nucleotides altering the rest of the sequence. Since codons are read in groups of 3 bases, the rest of the amino acids coded will be changed.
Did you know it only takes 1 in 10 mutations for cancer to begin to grow? Genetic alterations can intensify or eliminate a protein's function. It can make a cell divide uncontrollably. Like Layla said, there are 3 different types of mutations: missense, nonsense, frameshift, and there's also chromosome rearrangements, which can all cause cancer if enough mutations occur in the person's genes. Genes control how quickly cancer grows, how often it divides, and how long it lives. Cancer begins when 1 or more genes in a cell mutate because it creates an abnormal protein. It can even prevent a protein's formation and function. An abnormal protein provides different information than a normal gene does, which can cause cancer cells to multiply and grow cancerously. According to researchers on cancer.net, there are 2 types of genetic mutations. There's acquired mutations, which are the most common cause of cancer. They result from damage to genes in a specific cell. This cell will then go on to divide and create a tumor, which is an abnormal mass. These are caused by tobacco, UV rays, viruses, and age. And then there's also germline mutations. They are less common, and these mutations occur in a sperm or egg cell. They are passed down from parent to offspring during conception. As the embryo grows, the cancer cell is copied into every cell of the offspring's body. This can be passed down from generation to generation. Cancer is more common in older people because a single mutation will most likely not cause cancer. It results from multiple mutations over a lifetime. Tumor suppressor genes and repair DNA both work to prevent mutations and repair DNA that has been mutated. When there is an error in either of these, cancer is more likely because there's nothing to shut down the cancerous cells from dividing and spreading to more cells in the body.
Causes of cancer. Cancer has been an underlying issue and one of the main causes of death for centuries. Although there aren't many ways to treat cancer, there are a lot of ways it can be caused. Most cancers, at least 80%, are caused by carcinogens. A carcinogen is any substance, organism, or agent that causes cancer. Carcinogens cause genetic change or mutations in the somatic cells, which can alter the gene expression and therefore cause cancer. Some of these genetic changes can cause a gene to be overactive that can contribute to cell growth. These genes are called oncogenes. Another mutation is eliminating the function of tumor suppressor genes. A tumor suppressor gene limits the cell growth and prevents a tumor from forming. If this gene is mutated, the cells will not be stopped from dividing and a tumor may form. A proto-oncogene is a gene that can become an oncogene if mutated. There are many factors that can cause these genes to be mutated and converted into oncogenes. First, a missense mutation, which is a change in the sequence of the proto-oncogene that can alter the amino acid sequence of the encoded protein. For example, a missense mutation can convert a Ras protein to an oncogene. Another way for oncogenes to occur is through gene amplification. If a proto-oncogene is increased by gene duplication, then the amplification of these genes can also cause oncogenes. A more complicated way for oncogenes to happen is by chromosomal translocation, where a piece of chromosome is translocated to another chromosome and therefore affects the genes at the breakpoint site. Lastly, mutations can also be caused by viruses. A retroviral insertion is where a virus enters the cell and integrates its viral DNA into the chromosome. Regulatory elements may enhance the expression of the proto-oncogene and then transform it into an oncogene. These are just several ways mutations can be caused that can result in cancer.
So now moving on to types of cancer, carcinogens is one of them. They're basically living organisms which have the potential to cause cancer. Carcinogens can either be caused by the environment, such as the ultraviolet rays in the sunlight, or even humans can cause it by smoking cigarettes or even automobile exhaust fumes. Another type of cancer is tumor, as many of you guys would probably know about. It's an abnormal mass of tissue that form when cells grow and divide more than they should be doing, and they don't go through apoptosis, which means that the cells don't die, so they just keep growing and growing. However, tumors may be benign, which would not be cancer, or it could be malignant, which would be cancer. Basically, benign tumors, they don't invade nearby tissue or spread through other parts of the body. However, malignant tumors, they grow in an uncontrolled way and they can invade nearby tissues and spread through other parts of the body through the blood or the lymph system. So that's not good, obviously. And this process is called metastasis. And yeah.
To finish with this amazing topic, we'll tell a story about a rare mutation case. As you may know, mutations affect many individuals on a daily basis. Most mutations are due to different factors, as it was previously discussed. A type of rare mutation called diprosopus, which is Greek for two-faced, is a disease in which abnormal craniofacial malformation, meaning that there is a duplication of the face, which can be either partial or complete, exists within the person. A possible cause for this type of anomaly is due to increase in the expression of the protein Sonic Hedgehog. That's right, just like the game, which is a crucial protein needed for development of craniofacial patterning. It usually portrays a fetus with a single trunk, normal limbs, and facial features that are duplicated. This disease is mostly seen in newborn babies who were meant to be born as conjoined twins. A case reported of a male baby born being 20 days old with 36 weeks of gestation, presented diprosopus. It was noted that the baby male had severe respiratory infection and malnutrition. The weight reported in the admission to the hospital was around 2.4 kilograms. According to the article by PodMed Central, the baby had widely placed eyes, duplicated nose with 3 nasal openings, 2 oral cavities, 2 palates, 2 tongues, 2 mandibles, duplicated pharynx along with esophagus and trachea. Apparently, it has been hypothesized that conjoined twins develop from 2 independent notochords that were initially meant to become separated twins. However, since they were too close in proximity, they weren't able to develop independently. According to a lot of data, most patients who acquire this disease are stillbirth and have poor survival rates. The only treatments known to treat this include surgical repair and designated anomalies.
Whoa, that was a lot to digest. It's not every day that you learn about mutations and cancer all at once.
Thanks for tuning in on this rainy Wednesday.